Hello, everybody, and depending on what time zone you're in, good morning. It is 10 a.m. for me, so it is definitely good morning. But I've got my coffee, I've got my pals, and I am ready to go. This morning, I would like to thank Nerds with Dice so much for letting us come in and play Numbskulls by Caden Ramstack. Now, this is a very slapstick, silly, spooky game where the players are going to be skeletons trying to pretend to be humans. Unfortunately, we originally were had to have 3 players, but Ray is not able to join us. So Ray, if you're watching, we hope you feel better soon. We love you. Otherwise, yeah, I think we'll just get started because this is for charity, and we love that. My name is Amanda. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm going to be running the game, facilitating, and playing the necromancer that has risen these skeletons from the dead. Let's jump over to B.
Hello, hello. I'm B, they, them, and I am going to be playing a skeleton. Do we need to say our skeletons' names yet? Or
Yeah, sure. Give me the lowdown on what your skeletons are like.
Bone Cold Steve Austin is my skeleton's name. He, any pronouns. I'm very dead, very skeletony, very excited.
And my name is Tess. My pronouns are they, them. I will actually be playing two skeletons. One is Adrian Bonesman, pronouns he, him, and the other is Cyber Bones, pronouns she, her. So this is sort of a spin on the Cyber Six character for anyone who remembers that wonderful 90s, very queer show.
Yeah, weird thing about that show is I don't think it actually showed in the USA. I think it was in Canada and Argentina.
Oh, oh
So
really?
I think
Okay.
everybody in the States, you go look this up because it was a great show and
That's
you're
a
you're
good show.
missing out. It was wonderful. So the way this game works is I am going to task my skeleton servants and friends to a task, and then they're going to try and complete it. Unfortunately, necromancy is illegal and forbidden, so they're going to have to complete the task out amongst humans while trying to pretend to be human. And that's where the problems come in. They have 3 stats: physical, magical, and social, and the stats have ranges. They've chosen what range that their stats will be in. If they roll inside their success range, they're golden for anything I ask them to roll. If they roll lower than their success range, they're being too spooky and things are going to happen. If they roll above their success range, they're being too superhuman and things are going to happen. So, what we have done for this charity stream is we've added the ability for people donating. If you want to throw in some money, $5, you can add to a player's success range. And you can even say this for this kind of thing. I want to add to their physical range. I want to add to their magical, or just say I want to add to whatever, and we'll boost their range up by 1 on each side. You could also debuff them. You can donate $5 and say, I want to subtract from their range. I want them to be a little bit worse at what they're trying to do and take 2 away from each side. This is not a mean thing in this game. This game is Looney Tunes. It's silly. Failure is funny. It's not going to stop the game. It's going to keep things going. Everything's going to be hilarious. So don't worry about being mean. It's not mean. We love it. Of course, since it's me, Amanda, I'm going to be making sure that there is a flirt fund in this game. $5 gives people extra powers to flirting. How that's going to work, don't know, but there's going to be skeleton flirting everywhere. I hope so. I love it. So those are some of the boons, ideas. If you have any other ideas, just throw them in the chat. We're watching the chat. At least I am. I am a T-Rex in the chat. So hello there. And yeah, I think without further ado, we should start. I generally run games where every hour we take a break. I like breaks. I like to refresh myself and kind of step back from the moment. So we'll be running for about an hour for now, and I imagine this game will probably take about 2, if that works for everybody. In that case, I think our our game opens in a cave. As you walk into the cave, it's dark, it's narrow, you have to hunch down, the entrance is sort of obscure and hidden, but there is still light coming in from cracks. And the further you get into the cave, the more you see crystals and shards, like Superman's cave. But the light coming through hits like a prism, spreading all across the cave, and it's a rainbow cave. It's still gloomy somehow and scary, but it's rainbow and prideful. Two things can be happening. In the middle of the cave, hovering above a crystal altar, is a giant floating head. You can imagine this head is my head, daddy hat and all, and is wavering and humming and buzzing with magical electricity. Skeletons, to me! And I call my skeletons forth. Bone Cold Steve Austin, what do we see when you walk out? Where do you hang out in the cave?
So there's actually like I have made a little nook, I think, in the prism because I got it's nice. I think I have little trinkets hung up that are like different human stuff. It's like really random human stuff that I found, like a baseball and like a shoe. One, it doesn't fit me. And I you see like this an old skeleton like scurry up kind of like a little with a little, almost like a little rat posture.
Welcome, Bone Cold Steve Austin.
Hello, prison daddy.
Bonesman, to me! And Tess, what do we see when Adrian Bonesman comes up? Where does Adrian hang out in the cave?
Adrian hangs out kind of like up a little ledge, so like crawls up a little bit higher, and has collected a lot of books. Hasn't really figured out reading, but is still wants to, but still wants to give that air of like a real intellect. And yeah, so just stacks and stacks of books.
I love that. So, okay, mental note, Bonesman doesn't read. That will probably become a problem.
Uh-oh.
My skeletons. I, the great and powerful necromancer, have a task for you. It is of the utmost importance that you complete this task, or you will face my disappointment. Not anger, just disappointment. The head wavers slightly, and you see it sort of spin. And out of one of the crystals comes a television. It's an old, like 70s style with a turn dial for the channels and antennas that stick out. It's also scary and rainbow somehow, but don't worry about that. And it flicks on. We see color, balloons, streamers, happy, smiling people. We see a parade. Skeletons. Today, down in the village. I've decided this is on a mountain. Cave in the mountain. Down in the village, there is a pride festival. As you know, necromancers are all about pride, bringing love back from things that were broken or unloved or disrespected. I, the necromancer, need to have a float in the pride parade. Skeletons, go to the village, build us a pride float, and get it into the parade.
Yes, Prism Daddy.
As you wish.
I am counting on you. And remember, More streamers is always good. And the TV pulls back into the crystals and the crystal shuts closed. And the head sort of fizzles down into the crystal altar, the puff of smoke. And it's eerily quiet in the cave. You have your task. You need to build a pride float for the village parade. Again, necromancy is illegal, so you're going to have to go to the village, prep for your pride float, build the float, get it into the parade, all the while not letting people onto the fact that you are skeletons. This is the planning phase. What do you think you'll need to do? Where do you think you'll need to go? In the interest of time, we're not going to have to do like every single thing. I'm just thinking of like three major things that you would
Okay.
need to try and get to make your float.
Okay. I mean, streamers, obviously. Craft store, maybe like that at the or Party City. I don't know.
Party City.
I think that could work. Maybe like a dollar store.
Oh my god, yes.
Yet.
I like
Yes.
that. Dollar store. Dollar
We're
store
so
float built by skeletons.
yes. Um, let's see. What else do you think we need?
I mean, balloons.
Yes,
Like
balloons.
maybe, yeah, go along with streamers.
Yeah.
I'm I'm picturing where Adrian doesn't read. I'm picturing like getting cutouts of the word pride, but like jumbled around and
Because you can't read.
Yes.
Like, I
I'm,
hope this says
I'm like
pride.
I'm like
We hope.
writing. I'm here like writing what letters could be mixed around, and it comes out with derpy with an I.
Good.
Perfect. We
All
I
right.
can't, and I'm not gonna correct you. Bone Cold Steve Austin is old enough that spelling wasn't consistent.
Invented.
Invented. Yeah, you know what? Invented. It wasn't invented yet. So I
It's
don't
all just
know.
a loose suggestion.
Yes.
We
Oh
have
my god.
Apo Dapo in the chat saying, "Not gonna lie, I've seen weirder at the dollar store."
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
But yeah, what else do I feel like? Yeah, what else do we need for a float? I mean, there's music usually,
The thing the float is on, like the big trailer.
right?
Like we
I
gotta
mean,
like, I don't know, carjack somebody? I don't know.
yeah,
I'm not
carjacking. Maybe.
Yeah, that could work.
So far, I think the three big things that I'm hearing that you need to get are decorations from the dollar store. We've got a trailer for the float to ride on, and music.
yes. What kind of like how are we gonna project the music? Like, are we gonna get a big boom box, like an iPhone? I don't what are we doing? Like, what's
And
the
if you're ever
vibe?
stuck with an idea in this game, because it is very slapstick spooky, just think to yourself, what would Bugs Bunny do? What would
Okay.
Pepe Le Pew do? What would
Oh,
Wile E. Coyote do? And you'll be
oh
on the right
yes.
track.
Okay, yes. I think, yeah. Like big speakers, maybe, like or just a big old boom box.
I'm I'm picturing. I don't know what, but I'm picturing on that line of like a Looney Tunes is like getting some sort of like taxidermy, but with our magical powers is like opens the mouth and that becomes the speaker.
Yes, 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 absolutely.
I suggest it be a bear because
Be a bear?
there's bears
Yes,
with
a
pride,
bear!
right?
Yes.
We have
I don't
heard
think
of
skeletons
bears.
understand nuance.
Yeah, we've heard of bears being at Pride being very
Yeah,
popular, and of course, we
very
want to have
popular.
the best float,
Uh,
the most popular one, and we're gonna get the best taxidermied bear.
I
Okay,
love it. I love it.
so we'll take out music and we'll put in taxidermied bear.
And it will play we'll make it play the music. It's
Yeah, of
fine.
course. I mean,
That's not
what's
an
the point
issue.
of a taxidermied bear if it doesn't open its mouth and play music? I don't really understand.
None. None.
All right, this is a wonderful checklist of things to do. Just your luck. In town, there is a dollar store. There is also a museum with it's like a natural history museum with a variety of taxidermied animals. I'm good at speaking today. There are various cars and trucks about the village. I'm going to call the village Village Town.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I'm so creative. This is why I write TTRPGs. No. Um, so Village Town does have a dollar store. It is called the Dollar Lieutenant. Is it lieutenant in the States? It's not lieutenant. It's
Yeah,
lieutenant.
it's
Yeah.
lieutenant. You're right, but it's
Yeah.
okay. We can be in Canada. I'm the odd one
Okay.
out here.
We'll be in Canada. It's easier for me. Way easier for me if we're in Canada. So Dollar Lieutenant is the store that's down in the village. There is also a it's the Natural Museum of Village Town, which has the different, biosphere information, and ecological things that are around Village Town. So yeah, I think if you head into town, you should be able to get to these places that you want to go. Your first challenge to get into town is to get down the mountain. Have you ever seen The Grinch Who Stole Christmas?
Yes.
You know the mountain he lives on where it's kind of like
Yes.
that's what I'm picturing.
All right.
Oh my
This
Wow.
cave is in the top of this mountain, and I think as you stand down and look down, um, it's pretty steep.
God.
How are you gonna get down the mountain?
Hmm.
What's your plan?
I think Adrian just slips and rolls.
Just
Just carrying his stacks of books in his sweater vest
Why
and
did he
and
keep them?
ooh,
Why did he bring books?
of
he
course he
thinks that
brought
it's
books.
important.
Books are important. Okay,
Oh, this is astounding.
I'm trying to decide, and Tess, help me out here because you know this character more than I do. What would be worse for Adrian? Him busting himself off a tree and bones going everywhere, or him busting himself off a tree and books going everywhere?
I think he both. I think he definitely loses all but like one book.
For
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
so yeah, like I mean, it was a poorly executed plan
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, we'll roll it and see how it goes. But first, I want to hear what Bone Cold Steve Austin's plan for getting down the mountain is.
I think it is a bit of a Wile E. Coyote, like, trying to sled down the mountain on, I would say, probably just whatever was around, maybe an ill-advised sort of thing, like just a piece of scrap, a dog food bag. I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's a garbage can lid, like one of those old
Yep, perfect.
tin, like silvery ones. Yeah,
Yep. That
yeah.
I'm gonna
It
try to
has
like
not been
just
polished.
no, no. I'm just gonna try to sort of like sled down. And I don't imagine it's winter since we're going to a
No,
pride parade. There's
no,
nothing sort of
it's
helping
dirt.
me.
Yeah,
It's dirt.
dirt and I don't know, like mountain moss, which is probably a
You know,
thing.
the mountainy
I
moss, the
don't.
moss on the mountains.
I'm not a plant person. I'm just gonna make things up.
I
um,
agree. It is wild that no one ever takes the zip line. It's not as
there's like a
exciting.
zip line right there that the necromancer built for the skeleton.
We don't remember it
Don't notice.
exists.
I would like you both to do a physical roll. So since we're doing our first roll of the game, I want you to take 2d6, roll them, add them together, and compare it to your physical success range. For
Okay.
those watching, Bone Cold Steve Austin's success range in physical is 6 to 9. So if B rolls between 6 and 9, then they are going to be successful. Adrian Bonesman's physical range is 7 or 8. So less likely for Adrian to make this successfully.
Oh my god.
Well,
Oh
luckily
man.
I did roll an 8.
Oh, incredible!
Amazing.
Adrian,
Oh my Adrian, you're so talented. So when we roll 2d6, we combine them like
add them together. Yeah.
okay. That's a 3.
All right.
Starting
So
strong.
to start us off, Adrian, how does it look when you bounce off this tree? And how do you miraculously manage to catch your book that flew out of your hands when you did it? What cool skeleton thing do you do? Or not skeleton thing. I don't know. What cool thing?
So, very almost like accordion or maybe not accordion, but so as I hit, a handful of my bones do break away, but then I sort of I grab one and somehow can kind of like link them together in the air and make this like long stick of my own bones and catch and I catch the books like very they just stack. It's just it doesn't explain physics, but yeah, exactly. They just all tumble in the air and just beautifully fall with my overstretched combination of leg and arm bones.
Incredible, incredible catch. Beautiful. Bone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
You are you were riding down the mountain on a garbage can lid.
Yes, I am.
What horrifying noise comes out of you as you go over a cliff that causes the animals to scatter, the birds to fly away, the fish to swim away?
I'm going to give everyone a 2-second warning about the noise I'm about to make. Okay? 2, 1. Just the shrillest. And it does kind of like the goofy thing where he falls off a cliff and it just gets quieter and quieter.
Love it.
Yeah, all of the animals have flown away. It is now eerily silent on the mountain. And you can
Oh man.
see, if you could see, if there was anybody on top of the mountain to see,
Hmm.
they would notice that people in the village turned toward the mountain at sound of that horrendous screech. And the hair on the back of their necks stood up as they heard it get quiet and quieter. And if they listened very, very closely, they could probably
Yes, it did linger in the air, like some like the head did linger in the air for a second. It 100% like just enough to look upset that I'm falling, like oh
yeah,
no.
you weren't really falling until you looked down.
Yes.
Yeah. Then your
And then there
body
was
fell
like a
first.
delay. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, you have both managed to make it down to the bottom of the mountain, mostly in one piece. Um, Pieces might be a little rearranged. So let's see. In what way have your bodies been slightly rearranged underneath it?
I think my like I put on a hand backwards. Kind of hard to tell because I'm a skeleton. Probably gloves over it. Let's be real. Can't just walk into town as a skeleton. But it, things are like it's a little off. Like I'm still adjusting. Like I'm still like trying to put things back where they go.
I think I am slightly taller than I was because I've accidentally uh, now look, I don't know skeleton, but like but yeah, I feel like I've popped
Yeah.
like like a femur or something like somehow in maybe into my neck or something like that. So yeah, I'm kind of like I'm a little bit more elongated than I should
That's
be.
incredible. For the record, we have $10 right now in the flirt fund. So there will be
Oh.
flirting, upcoming flirting. Just putting that in your brains, players. We also have a boost for a player stat. Um, so I think since it's not specified who's going to get the boost, let's just do whoever makes the next roll.
Beautiful.
We'll get to choose if they want the boost for the stat or not. Because maybe you won't fail. I know B wants to.
Fair.
Thank you so much for knowing knowing and
Listen, we
accommodating
played
my
enough
failures.
games.
I love it, y'all. I love failing. It's so fun. They're a nice. Did you get a haircut?
Well, yes, I did. Thank you for noticing.
Does Adrian Bozeman have hair? Bonesman
Yes,
have hair?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
Oh my
bigger
god!
than
Oh,
mine. Big
Big.
floppy. Yeah, like really cute.
Is it a wig or is it growing out of
No,
their skull? Either
it's
could be true.
growing out of his soul. Yeah,
Cool. That's
yeah,
oh,
weird.
that's
yeah.
perfect.
I like it. I like weird. That's rad. So Adrian Bonesman, we've established, is now taller and has a very beautiful head of hair. So, you know,
I love this.
in case anybody needs some flirting. Uh, you are now down at the bottom of the mountain. There is a large river. Where you're standing, you can see the rapids, the white foaminess. This is a very fast running river. You can't really tell how deep it is, and you don't see a bridge in sight. How do you want to cross the river?
Hmm. Not swimming. Hear me out. A catapult.
All right. Yeah.
A tree one, like a tree catapult. Like we figure out how to tie a branch back, and then maybe I can just use some of my magic to sort of like pew, like like burn the rope off, and then fling us across.
That can't possibly fail. There's
There's
no way.
there's really no point of failure in this plan. But I want to defer to Adrian Bonesman. What's the thought on
I'm very
this
here for
plan?
it. I'm very here for it. What can I do to help with this?
Let's see. I think we probably
I'm very
to
tall, so I can definitely
Yeah.
reach
yes.
behind
I
you.
just want you to role play this out. I want to see how you build
Okay,
this.
fine.
Let's
In
go.
character.
Let's go.
All right.
We'll to see
So
how successful the catapulting is, but let's see you build this.
Right.
okay, so I can't reach the branch, and then we put
I'm
it down.
You know what? I'm so close. Why don't you get up on my shoulders?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
All right. All right. Okay. I'll hoist you up. Okay.
Oh,
yes.
I'm definitely making somebody roll for this.
All right. All right.
We do have we have 2 more player boosts, 1 debuff, and $5 more for the Flirt Fund. So Flirt Fund is at
Hey.
50.
Gosh.
You've got 3 boosts and 1 buff. Um, I think what I'm gonna do, since there's no specified thing about this, I am going to take my trophy dice.
Yes, yes.
Bone Code, you're gonna be the dark dice. Adrian Bones, you're gonna be the light dice.
Okay.
And I am going to roll. Whoever gets higher gets a boost.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh my god, it was Snake Eyes. Of course it's Snake Eyes. Thanks,
We
trophy
both
dice.
fail.
We both fail. We're so good at this, guys.
Okay. We have light. That means Adrian Bonesman, you will get the
Okay.
first boost. You are the person you're boosting up Bone
Yeah.
Cold Steve Austin, right? I think you can
Okay.
make a physical roll here, and we'll give you a boost to extend your range out
Okay.
to 6 to 9 for physical.
7.
All right, a 7 is successful. I would like First, I would like Bone Cold Steve Austin. I wanted to just you to describe just really quickly how you climb up onto
I
Adrian
think,
Bonesman,
yeah.
because this seems
It's awkward. I think
awkward.
it is like just uncomfortable for Adrian. Like I'm using like even if like you said they're wearing a sweater vest. Yeah, he's wearing a sweater vest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, but like even though there's a sweater vest, I'm like using ribs and stuff to like climb up. Like it's like a little like a cat trying to climb up you. It's just terrible. And eventually I'm on your shoulders.
Adrian, describe trying to keep Bone Cold Steve Austin on your shoulders. Is this easy? Is this hard? What are you thinking right now? What's going through your mind?
Um, because um, because I'm not as used to this extra height, I'm definitely I'm kind of floppy. Picture his name's escaping me, but Christopher Lloyd in Roger Rabbit when he
Oh,
blows himself up.
the judge.
The judge, yes, thank you. The
Yeah.
judge. So where he's all kind of like floppy. He doesn't fall, but he's just yeah, it's just very like really kind of animated and like blowing in the wind almost.
And we're both just sort of like
We're just wobbling. Yeah. Yeah.
inflatable tube man.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are now a walking inflatable tube man. Bone Cold Steve Austin, you are the top of the tube man with the wavy arms, I am assuming. What you're trying to grab a branch?
grab a branch so we can pull it down.
Mhm. Mhm. And you're going to use that to catapult.
Yes. We're gonna
Okay.
like pull it down, maybe tie it to something,
Yeah.
and then get on there and zoop it with magic and launch ourselves across the river.
Yeah, I think I just want to hear this play out. I'm I will roll again. Like I said, I'll roll to see how your landing goes, but the catapult's gonna work. So I think that's hilarious. This is a
Thank
cartoon,
you.
and a catapult has to work.
Oh my god, I love this. Yes, we are her tree trebucheting.
We
Thank you
are
so much, Milo.
trebucheting. Mhm.
I think I'm like I think I've definitely like found a place on your shoulders that is like the least comfortable possible. Um and I'm like, hold still. And like trying to pull this down, realizing I'm too tall to pull it down now because I'm too up high, and like try to push it down. Grab it, Adrian.
I've got it. I've got it.
Okay. And then I like scuttle down and like try to like continue to help you pull it down. And then like find something to tie it to, probably a root or something. And
Michael Van Vliet
yeah.
has stepped into chat to say that this is a trebuchet.
Trebuchet!
Perfect.
Oh my god, so has Oppo. I love this.
Oh,
Yes.
Huffa, yes.
God bless. Yes, teamwork does make the dream work, y'all. I'm so glad the trebuchet is here and ready. Yeah, so after it's tied off, I'm like, okay, so we got just sit in it, and just like hold on, but not too tight. You gotta let go halfway through.
So how do I get up in it too? Like so like you've climbed up, and then
So
do
like,
I
yeah, it's tied. You just sit beside me, like
Yeah,
it's
I
like a
think
little like a swing.
all right. This was such a great idea. You're so smart, Bone
Thank
Cold. Can
you.
I call you Bone Cold?
Yes, you may. You're such a flatterer, Adrian. Such a flatterer. You know, maybe I will loan you that book. What were you asking for again? What was it? I don't.
Oh, it was it was the different trees of North America, which may
Yes.
have come in handy to know. But you've
Have.
picked the perfect tree for this plan, just the
Oh, have I?
same.
Oh, yes, thank you. Of course I have. I've seen many trees, many trees. This is the kind you use for trebuchets, you know. So,
quick question. What kind of trees do you use for trebuchets?
Well, if we had the book,
if we had the book, I'd know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So I
but
think yeah, the magic you sit on the trebuchet branch, and you magically zap, and I'm just gonna say your magic works for this because
It's
it's
just like a
it's
little
funnier
fire
to make it
finger
happen.
gun.
it's a big redwood, though. Hey, is it
Do you do like
a
a
big, strong
finger
tree?
guns, or
Oh,
do you like?
literally, it's like a finger gun, just like
Oh
pew.
yeah, that's perfect. Does it say pew when it
It
taps?
does say pew. The fire spells out pew, and then like goes back and then shoots. Like it takes time to spell it, and then goes
Yeah.
down and burns the rope.
And the thing jettisons you over the river. You are flying over this river at an extremely fast rate. And I think at this moment, we're going to take things a little serious.
Ooh.
What, as you travel through the skies, what moment in your skeletal life does this remind you of? what's something that just flashes past your eyes or eye sockets, depending on what kind of skeleton you are, that reminds you of this?
This reminds me of the first time I discovered our cave, which was that I was just out for a stroll, reading a book, and it was sort of there was an opening that was sort of covered by leaves, and so I missed it. I took a misstep and fell through this trap, and yeah, just fell several dozen feet down the hole, and that feeling of falling was is kind of coming back to me with the feeling of flying.
Oh my
Was that
goodness.
before you were a skeleton? Is that how you became a skeleton?
Ooh, I that's how I became a skeleton.
Ooh,
Yes,
dark.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I love that. Oh my god. Oh, that's grim.
I like it. Listen, you can't have sunshine and rainbows without a little bit of falling to your death in a cave.
Right? Listen, you gotta get the skeleton somewhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. I feel like this actually is also a, like, flashback to, like, maybe right after I was summoned back as a skeleton, and there is, like, an actual sort of siege going on, like a castle siege, and the trebuchets are hurling instead of, like, skeletons, it's actual ammunition and rocks, and I have just been raised to defend it, and I am, like, completely out of my depth. I was not a warrior in life. I am not one now. I was a listen, man, I'm an indoor cat. Like, not literally. I'm a guy, but like I what and I think that's it. I actually think back to actual real trebuchets that I've seen.
Um, Again, as we're flying through the air, I'm just going to take a quick moment to thank chat so much for the donations. We're already at halfway to our goal.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
absolutely incredible. That's so wonderful. Thank you so much. And I think as a little celebration of that, I would like the skeletons to reminisce on the last time that they were in love
Oh my goodness.
as they
Oh,
fly through the air from a tree catapult.
I love
Because
this.
that's what happens, you
It
know.
does,
You're
yeah. We have a lot of time in the air.
a lot of time in the air.
Oh man. Adrian, do you have one before I just as a certified yapper keep going?
Um, it was it was a fellow colleague of mine. We were teachers back in the day, and yeah, it was very shy and bashful. We never really um, fully said how we felt, but it was always that
Oh,
shy flirting. And
oh,
but yes, you know, we'd pass each other in the classrooms, and yeah, I'm reflecting on him.
oh my gosh, that's so sweet. I think for Bone Cold Steve Austin, who has always had this name, don't worry.
Wait,
But
his
is
parents named him that?
probably, I don't know.
All right.
Listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what parts of the name are original. They're I can guarantee you one of the names are original, but I will never tell you which one. But way back in the day, this is an ancient skeleton man. Um I had pledged fealty to a prince, um and as like a sort of like an advisor slash castle wizard, and this may or may not have led to my skeletoning, but we definitely, before all of that, maybe for sure had a secret love affair, but he was the prince, so we couldn't tell anybody. We are all future skeletons, that is correct.
I love it.
Actually, I hate to tell you, but on average, every human person has at least one more. On average, there is a little bit over one skeleton in every person, but
A little bit over one.
because, well, on average, there's one skeleton in every person, but there are over one skeletons per person in the world because some people have
Oh,
two skeletons in them. creepy.
Uh-huh. I love this. Babies, correct. I love this. Oh my god.
A skeleton growing
And
inside of you.
it is the Westchester Cold Steve Austins,
Yep.
correct. Thank you. I probably said that real wrong, so don't quote me.
Westchester. If it's
Worcester?
a U.S. place, then it's Westchester. If it's like British, then it's Worcester.
Worcester.
Probably. Skeleton's gay org has 10,000 skeletons and should not be counted. Oh, chat. You're great. This is fun.
God bless y'all.
So, we're flying through the air. We've reminisced. We've successfully trebucheted. Now we're going to have to make a landing. Um, Adrian Bonesman, this seems like a good moment for a transformation.
Yes, I agree.
Would you
All
like
right.
to describe your transformation?
Yes. Okay. So kind of discreetly hidden within my sweater vest is is a big black cape. So somehow it wasn't, it wasn't obvious. But anyway, so I pull off the sweater vest, and out comes this huge. It's like 10 feet long. It's a huge cape, and so I grab either side of the corners, and that acts as a parachute. I very smoothly put my hand around Bone Cold to catch him as I use our parachute. And now I have transformed into Cyber Bones.
I feel like Lois Lane.
I don't know if I want to make this a flirt or a physical. I'm like I'm so torn. Ah,
You have to
okay.
be both?
It's gonna be both. It's
I
gonna
like
be
the
both.
flirt. I like.
I love that.
The flirt is successful because we have flirt fun points,
Yay!
and that's just how it goes. So we're gonna come back to the flirt in a moment. We're gonna start with the physical. You have this big, like unreasonably long cape, and you're using it to parachute down. You smoothly grab Bone Cold Steve Austin by the waist and hoist them up. And I want you to roll a 2d6 for physical. For those watching, Tess actually has two character sheets, one for Adrian Bonesman and one for Cyber Bones.
It's so good.
So when
It's so
Adrian Bonesman magically transforms into Cyber Bones, the character sheet changes and her pronouns change. So Adrian
so
Bonesman
fun.
is he, him. Cyber Bones is she, her. And the physical range that is successful is now 7 to 12.
All right, I'm rolling.
All right.
9. That's a good
All
roll.
right. So you
Good roll.
what is it like? What does it look like? Describe when you land holding Bone Cold Steve Austin. What does your cape do? Give us the like graphic novel scene, the cartoon
Right.
movie
Okay.
scene.
So yes, we're both falling. We're gaining a bit of speed. It's a little bit intense. And yeah, when I go to swoop, I say, trust me, just hold on. And just grab real smooth. And then it billows huge. It's like a hot air balloon size of a cape. And when I fall in this, like, I'm picturing, like, I can't, but like one leg straight out and one kind of bent. It's just like a really elongated, smooth sort of shape. And then yeah, we just float down really gently.
Oh,
I think for some reason it's the sunset. I mean, it's the middle of the day, so it's not
Hmm.
actually sunset, but the sun, it looks like it's kind of setting, and it's got this weird like silhouette effect, and everything's sort of soft and beautiful.
There's like a bit of mist in the air, and it just like illuminates the light even more.
Bone Cold,
yes.
how
I'm
are you
enamored.
seeing Adrian Bonesman or Cyberbones now in a completely different light?
Enamored. I kind of it for I think the whole time that we've known each other, is this like the first time I've seen you do this thing? Like, I don't know how long we've known each other. This is the
I think this would be the very first time. I feel like we've known each other quite a while. I
yeah,
don't know how long would you say, but I think we've known each other a while.
yeah.
But you've never trebucheted together.
Never. This is a
No.
different
Yeah.
thing, and I think I've always thought Adrian Bonesman was kind of a sort of a bumbling fool, lovable, of course,
Totally.
but like not highly competent. And now I am seeing you in a completely different light, and I'm like, oh, she's competent.
Yes.
Life goals is for someone to say that about me.
What a mood! Ooh, the competence.
Incredible. We have successfully made it across the river,
Yay!
and people are seeing each other in a new light. There's a whole new superhero character where Bonesman used to be, and things are getting really, really cool. I think we're going to just take a little walk to the highway. Now, this is a highway. I'm saying highway as what I suppose people in the States would call the freeway.
Oh, geez. Oh,
Yes.
Christ.
Time
The
to
lane.
cross the freeway.
Oh,
I'll
no!
remind you, you are still looking for a trailer for your float.
There are cars here.
There are cars here. They're
There
going pretty fast. And this is actually one of those because I'm making this. I said it was in Canada, but it's not. It's going to be in the States. It's moving around. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
It's in one of those places where because I B and I were just at the Gauntlet riding retreat a few weeks ago, and what drove me nuts about Tennessee was how close everybody drives to each other, and they're not
so
trying to
close
pass. They're just like right on each other's asses constantly, and I'm like, what is
all the
happening?
time.
It's weird. Um, so I think that's what's happening is all the cars are driving like really close to each other, and there's these big semis, and there's like every now and then like a honk honk, and there's like people throwing garbage out the windows, and
God.
it's bad.
I,
I don't know
I
what's going on with Village Town, but the
it's
freeway outside of it is just like
it's
real
not
sketch.
great. That's rough stuff.
Yeah, like the necromancer doesn't like them either. He complains about them all the time, and you know about that.
We see
So
why.
we would like to cross the freeway. What's the plan here?
Okay, first, just for my visual, and sorry, I can't remember if this was mentioned, but Bone Cold Steve Austin, are you dressed in any way? Like, are you do you have clothes on? Is there a
Yeah, I think the clothes are like not appropriate for society normally. Like they're probably I look like an old wizard raised me.
okay?
Like but I do have like a little mustache taped to my face, but taped to my skull. And like a hat. And like it's definitely I'm wearing clothes, but they're not like super convincing.
Could it be like an old Bass Pro Shop hat?
Yes, it is now.
Beautiful.
And the reason I ask is because I feel like we are definitely turning heads. You know, me with like I'm now wearing. I was wearing an all black like leather bodysuit under my sweater vest, but with the sweater vest it just kind of looked like dress pants or something. So yeah, so I'm in all black cape, quite tall. So yeah, I think we are getting a lot of attention. Um, but yeah, what?
Yeah, as people drive by, their heads are kind of spinning towards you, just like zoom, zoom, and what the?
Yeah, I am becoming very aware of the attention that we are seeking. Um, how do you think we get across?
How many
Now,
lanes is
I'm
this
gonna say
road?
there's no trebuchet trees around because we've already
No.
trebucheted,
No,
so
we
we
can't do
can't
that
can't
again.
do it
We can't
again.
do that again. No, 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 no.
This is 6 lanes and it's dual. Like there's one on the bottom and there's one on the
Right.
top. Why? I don't know.
Amazing. Okay.
Infrastructure.
So, we could either Frogger it, which seems like a good way to get squished, or we could try to jump on one of the cars that has like maybe a trailer. Maybe we jump on a trailer
Mhm, mhm.
and we kind of 2 for 1 it, you know?
Yeah,
We get a trailer and also we don't die crossing the road.
I like this idea. Okay, let's do that. I think, yeah, maybe there's someone, uh, going out to their lake, and they've got like a hitch that they're carrying their boat on. I don't
Yeah,
know,
perfect,
something like
perfect. It's like one of those wide trailers.
that. Maybe it is, yeah,
I
okay.
I think this is a wonderful plan. Let me just rephrase it for clarity.
Okay.
You are going to jump into moving traffic onto the back of a trailer.
I think that we don't get to the trailer right away. I feel like I think it's like a little bit of it's not a Frogger in terms of like, but it's we're like hopping from vehicle to vehicle. I think we
Got
have to
you.
make a couple hops. I think the trailer that we want is on the other side of the freeway.
Perfect. That's that's not going to cause any problems. Thank you so much, Cadmium, for asking the question. We did introduce but always a good thing to re go through. My name is Amanda. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing the necromancer, who doesn't really have any pronouns because they don't really show up very much.
They're a big
um,
floating skull.
yeah,
Yeah,
my name's Tess. My pronouns are they them, and I am playing two characters. Adrian is he him, and Cyberbones is she her.
Life. I am Benar, they them, Bone Cold Steve Austin, he, any, we're vibing, we're skeletoning.
and yeah, always thank you for the question. So um, it's always good to ask for pronouns.
Always
I love it.
delightful.
Always.
Yes, love. Okay, I think this is now that we have this. I just dropped my trophy dice everywhere when I was picking my hat.
No,
Okay,
no.
trophy dice. Why? Um, and of course it rolled 2 6s because that's the only time I'll ever do that on those dice.
Of course,
Um,
such is the way.
I think this is a really good time to take a quick break.
Okay.
So since I am sweating, I got to go turn the air conditioning up. Which is I know it's very embarrassing. Like it's not even that hot here. And it's northern
Listen,
Canada, you think, but it's okay.
listen, you guys are doing a different thing up there. It's fine.
Um, yeah, so I think we'll take a really quick break, and when we come back, we will find out how awesome this jumping onto cars in a giant freeway is going to work out for these skeletons.
It won't go
I
wrong
think
at
it's going to go
all.
great.
Can't go wrong.
Oh, Muffins, don't worry about it. You're great.
Yes,
You're great.
delightful.
We
You're doing
are
awesome.
we're just having a great fun
God,
time,
yes.
and the layout is beautiful, and I really
I
appreciate.
love this.
All right, so I will see everybody back. If Sophia, are you available to do this? Hi, everybody, and welcome back. I am a little less sweaty, and I have my hair up now, so everything's good. We are back with B and Tess and I doing Caden Ramsack's Numbskulls in support of the Transgender Law Center. We are over 50% of the goal for this, so please keep donations coming. It's such a good cause, and we're just so happy and amazed that everybody's supporting so well. Um, our skeletons currently are trying to, well, their plan is to jump onto cars in a fast moving freeway, hijack at least one, and use that as a pride float. We are standing on the edge of this double decker freeway, 6 lanes across. The traffic's going really fast. You can hear vroom vroom vroom. Every now and then there's like a honk honk and a get out of the way or whatever people do when they drive. I'm assuming everybody on this road has road rage,
Oh no.
because it's funnier that way. And yeah, you're looking at this. Where? How are you going to get up onto the top of a car? Are you just we have a motion to refer to this maneuver as Frogger's Revenge,
Yes,
and I
yes,
Yes.
second that.
yes, 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 yes.
Yes. So, how do you plan to execute the Frogger's Revenge maneuver?
I Adri no, this is Cyberbones. Cyberbones, do you have any thoughts on this?
I'm trying to picture something that is like maybe not hanging off of a car, but something that we can grab onto and just kind of like float alongside a car.
Oh
Like
my god, like we're like water skiing?
yes, but alongside the car because where the cars are so like bumper to bumper, I don't think we can like dangle
Oh,
behind a car.
Like the
But I
like
like
the side.
Marty in Back to the Future.
Yes!
yeah,
Yes!
yes. I feel like maybe we grab onto like the side window or something like
That's
that.
not gonna startle anyone.
Well, and I realize now. I think I maybe should have made Cyberbones a little more socially confident because I feel, but I'm very strong. Yes, we're
Who needs
definitely gonna
social
startle people.
skills?
Skitching, in skateboard parlance.
Skitching. There we go.
You could say any word there, and I would believe you because I do not skateboard.
Yeah.
You could be making us say a completely made up word.
I mean, it could be. It's Michael Van Vliet, so it could be anything
Exactly.
anyway. Like that
Exactly.
could just be a
I'm
thing he
watching you,
just made up.
Michael.
I think where we're both skeletons, luckily, we're not very heavy, so I don't think we'll cause too much actual damage. I mean, we'll certainly scare some people, but I mean, I feel yeah, I grab onto someone's rear like a side window and just give like I'm trying to be like calming, so I just give like a huge smile and like wave.
Okay, so we have a skeleton in. Do you have like the Cyber Six black hat?
No, I
Just the
thought
skin
about it,
tight.
but no, I still have the big beautiful floofy hair, and cape and suit. Yeah,
Yeah.
not the hat.
So we have a skeleton in a black leather bodysuit and a really extraordinarily excessively long cape, hanging off the side of somebody's car, giving them a giant skeletal smile.
Yeah.
Perfect. Could you please? I'm not going to make you roll for the jump because you're Cyberbones. You can make this jump like no problem. Uh, I would like you to roll for a social for not scaring the living hell out of these people driving the car.
All right.
We do have 7 boosts,
Oh my
so
god.
you can
So
boost your
many.
social if you like.
All right. All right. Let's
We
go
can
for
boost
it.
it to 6 to 9, or we can double boost it. We can use 2 boosts and double boost if you really want this to succeed.
10.
So if you double boost, that is a success.
Okay.
And if you single boost, it is unfortunately not.
Let's do the single boost because I I
So
just think
single
it'll
boost,
be
that'll
fun.
bring you your range 6 to 9, so you are being too super cool. So you
I
will succeed sort of in what you're doing, but there's gonna be a big problem.
I think let's do that. I
Let's
don't
have
know. I think it'll
problems.
be fun.
Yeah, let's have problems.
Yeah. Let's cause problems on purpose.
Yeah.
I love causing problems.
And yes, that is how boost works. Yes.
Yes, and hello, Justin.
Yes, thank you so
Hi,
much.
Cool to see you in chat. We love you. Justin is old friends of Tess and I, so we were babies together.
Aw.
um, so yeah, I think what's happening here is that you grab onto the side of this car and you have this big smile, and there is a man driving this car, and he's got great posture, great shoulders, great hair. When he turns and looks at you, you realize it's your old colleague.
Ooh, okay.
Oh my god! Oh.
So
And
my
you smile at him, and he gives you like like, what is going on here? Smile back. Like, what is this?
so my
What's
old
happening?
my old colleague, it's kind of a Clark Kent Superman situation where like the
Yes.
colleague was actually more infatuated with Cyberbones, but I think I loved him as Adrian anyway. Yeah, it's it's a
Oh
whole
my
thing.
god, I'm so gay about this.
So okay, sorry. The question though is like what happened?
I would like somebody to clip V saying, "I'm so gay about this," if you wouldn't mind.
Yes.
If not, I'll go back and clip it later. So yeah, he gives you this sort of smile. Are you still thinking about carjacking this car?
um well, yes. But should he maybe he will be an accomplice with me now that we know this person. I wonder if I feel like, let's be honest, I feel like he'll do whatever I want.
Do you think he recognizes you as Cyberbones?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Were you
Yes.
Cyberbones even before you were a skeleton?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, that rocks!
Rad.
Oh,
Don't
that
worry about
rocks.
timelines. We're not terribly concerned. I love that. So yeah, I think he gives a big smile and a nod because he does recognize you,
I think there's a
and
bit of
he
shock.
rolls down the automatic window and says, "Cyberbones, you're you're still around. I haven't seen you in such a long time. What are you doing hanging off the side of my car on a freeway?"
I don't have time to explain, but I need your help. Can I get in? And I asked the question kind of rhetorically because I'm already like climbing through the window and like really smoothly,
Are
just
you
to.
climbing through the window over top of him or through the back window? Because if you do one of them, I'm going to give you flirt bonus, and if you do one of the other ones,
Do it,
I'm
do it,
also
do
going to
it,
give you
do
a
it,
flirt
do it.
bonus because we love flirting.
We are climbing over him.
Yes!
Yeah, shotgun. Warden, my lip says it's perfect.
All
Oh
right.
Lord.
Yes.
So yes, I think yeah, you are sitting in this car racing down the freeway. Somehow, I don't know why, it just keeps kind of circling back. You're never gonna leave Bone Cold Steve Austin. It's like right now everyone's just trying to get off to a different part, and this is like a traffic circle. So unfortunately, because nobody knows how to use a traffic circle, you're kind of just stuck going around while
Okay.
people try and figure out how to get out.
I'm glad to hear that because like in my head I've been thinking, yeah, like I don't want this to be where like I left Bone Cold
Yeah,
Steve Austin and yeah, I feel like
yeah,
we do have a plan of like a target at the end and we're both, yeah,
yeah,
anyway, well, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll circle back to that.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
for
yeah, you're stuck in
Yes.
the traffic circle anyway.
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's just
I
have
thought
fun.
about hanging on to your cape and realized how bad of an idea that would be.
I
And
thought
then
so
Or
too.
told you I shouldn't. Well, listen, I'm not going to mess with the flirting. That's the thing. The flirting happened. And you
All right.
climbing
All right.
over.
what if you are still hanging off the side of the cape? The cape is so long, it's kind of it got caught in the door, and it's still just sticking out the side of the door, and you're hanging onto the side that's outside the door.
Yes, perfect. No
Okay,
notes.
love it. Love it. Okay, so yeah, we're all still together, but I'm okay. I'm in the car. Okay, so yeah. Oh, sorry. Just you keep your eyes on the road. I'm just gonna climb over you. Oh, I think you your your um your gear stick is jabbing into me. Let me just climb over here. All right, and yeah, now I'm seated. Uh,
I would like to
Saucy.
point out that Apo said, I don't know if anyone's ever climbed through a window in real life, but there's no way to do it at 100% sauciness. There is no way to do it at 100% sauciness. Sometimes you accidentally leave your friend who's holding onto your cape hanging out the outside of your door, but the rest of it is real flirty. um,
And you can
but
just hear your friend going, "Ah!"
yeah, the birds are flying away again.
Yeah, super. I'm getting hit in the face with like bugs.
Yeah.
It's super sexy. It's definitely super normal.
I give a quick courtesy, like like a thumbs up, but in like a question mark to you. Yeah, like you're still good. You're still good. Okay, you're
Yeah,
still good. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you got this. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so I'm in the car. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's driving around this circle and he keeps looking at you like he can't believe that you're here. Here in his car.
I think when I fell into the cave, I think for all intents and purposes, I think everyone thought I was gone, and
Yeah.
Cyberbones never did make a public appearance after that for a long time. So yeah,
Cyberbones, where have you been? I've missed you.
I've missed you too. You have no idea. I had to leave for a while.
There's, there's something
had
different about you. You look, I don't know, more vibrant or paler at the same time. It's like the hue of your body is different.
you are looking just as dashing and kind as ever.
Oh, oh my god.
Well, what do you need help with? It sounds extremely important, or else you wouldn't try and carjack random people on the highway.
All right, hear me out. This is very important.
Okay.
We need to build a float for the Pride Parade.
And he looks
And
at you.
it's like, is this the urgency
Silent.
of hijacking a car? I'm
It is. Nothing is more important than pride.
like, get it. You get it.
He gets
What was that?
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, yes. Don't worry about it. Everyone's in agreement. Everyone's in agreement, right? Just the two of us in the car here. We all are in agreement.
We're gonna pop out to Bone Cold Steve Austin. Bone Cold Steve Austin.
Hi.
Are you just gonna hang on? Like what's your plan
Marty
here?
McFly in it, baby. We're Marty
Marty
McFly in
McFly in
it.
it for okay, all
I
right, all
figure
right.
Cyberbones has it inside the car.
Yeah,
I know. I think I've got like this death grip on her cape, and I'm like, if I move at all, I
yeah,
will crumble into dust. And
yeah,
so I'm just like holding on for dear life, doing like literally the Marty McFly, probably like on my heels, like on the road, like not.
yeah. There's like
And it's like
sparks coming up.
literally, I was literally about to like literal sparks coming off
Yeah,
my heels, and that's where we're at. Like that's
I,
all I'm doing.
I
that's
feel like
important.
I feel like where we're both like a little bit maybe socially not as confident, but I feel like you're kind of my wingman in this situation as well. Like so I think yeah, maybe you're calling out.
I'm wingmanning.
You're
Yeah,
wingman.
I can see I can feel the love in the air, and I know that this needs to this is important.
Okay.
This is part of it.
yeah. As you're holding on, and the sparks are coming up, you do notice there's this car next to you. Well, next to Tess, what is your colleague's name? I need a name for. We can just give him a random name if we want.
Kyle.
Kyle. That sounds like a dude name. I
That's
like it.
that sure is a guy.
That's a guy. That's just a
Yeah.
guy. So
But
Kyle.
he's a very sweet kind of
Oh yeah,
yeah,
he
big
knows
teddy
about
bear.
pride. He's
Yeah.
cool.
We
We like
love
Kyle.
Kyle.
We're supporters of Kyle. So you are in the car with Kyle and Bone Cold Steve Austin. You were on the outside, and there's this car that's it keeps kind of inching closer to Kyle's car. It's a little bit behind in the circle on the inner lane. Kyle's sort of in the middle lane. And then you notice it pulls up ahead for a moment and then pulls back. But when it pulls up ahead, you notice it has a bumper sticker, and the bumper sticker says, "I hate skeletons." And there's a bumper sticker underneath it. It says, "I also hate rainbows." And then suddenly, spikes come out of the hubcap of this car. and you realize that Kyle's car is all rainbow.
Oh
The whole
no.
thing is just a rainbow wrap.
Which was really helpful for our float. Um,
Extremely.
but can I like I know this is not great for our cover, but can I just like I don't know, shoot a magic bolt at this dude's tires or something?
Sure, we can try it. We have a debuff. So we actually have two now, two
Oh my
debuffs.
god,
So I'm going to give you a
please
debuff on this because
gimme.
not that I want this guy to win, but I want to see what
Oh,
happens if you have to do
it's
something else as
it's
well.
much funnier if I you know this. I'm
Totally.
all for the debuffs.
Yeah. I think as you sort of prep your magic, the guy, you can kind of see him, he
Man,
turns and faces you, and you realize that he's an anti-skeleton. He's not made of bone. He's just skin.
he's like
He's like a
saggy,
saggy skin thing.
like a my arch
Anti-skeleton.
nemesis.
Your arch nemesis. And we're gonna call him Skin Tag Sam. I would like to mention to the viewers, I don't prep any of this. I just wing it. We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know what
Skin
we're
Tag
doing.
Sam, your arch nemesis, is in this car that says I hate skeletons and I hate rainbows. Um, we don't like him. He has no teeth too. So
So
just putting that one out there because there's a lot of teeth chat
yes, I will
in
bite the
in
tires if
chat.
this doesn't work.
So yes, we have a debuff. We're going to use one. That means that your magic skills right now, while normally a 7 to 11, we're going to reduce that down to an 8 to 10.
Okay. Ooh. All right. We're gonna see him. I'm using trophy dice, by the way, the
Yeah,
deeply cursed ones.
deeply cursed.
Deeply cursed. I can read. That's a 5.
So on a 5, you are lower than your success range, and that means you are
Um,
being too spooky, and things are going to get problematic. The problem you know what? Describe to me first how you prep your bolt. I'm going to say you manage to do the magic bolt.
okay.
Let's do that whole thing, and it manages to even you succeed at slowing down this guy's car and popping the tire. The problem will come after that. So let's describe what the deal is.
I think the deal is I'm having to do it one-handed, which is not my favorite because I am still holding on to Cyberbones' cape, and trying to do this while I like skate.
Be like
But
mandatory ambidextrous, like you can use both hands, but you have to use both hands.
yes, like I have, and so I'm like doing this one-handed. It's not as great, but it straight up looks like some like World of Warcraft undead shit. Like it is like spooky and glowing and green, and I'm like zapping. Like it is like the most obvious not normal thing you could possibly do. And I'm just like, I knew we'd meet again. And like just zapping his car.
Yeah, the you manage to bust the spikes off of the hubcap and it goes flying. Just like I mean, when you go on the freeway, you see all these hubcaps lying around. That's how it
Oh,
happens. It's magic skeleton
it's
zaps
magic.
every single
Damn
time. I'm
it.
sure
We
we've
should
all
have
seen it.
known. We've all I
I
mean, this
know.
is just every day, on
It's
the freeway.
it's life's hard, it's
Life's
complicated.
hard.
Things are going fast, things are happening fast, skeletons are there. And I mean, when you get in the middle of the skeleton and skin people war, it's complicated.
It gets rough.
Um So the the hubcap goes spinning off, and it lands in the middle of the traffic circle where it will not harm anybody and nobody will get hurt, unless we want it to happen, which we'll see later. But for now, the tire starts to blow out air at a very fast rate. You can see the back of the car just sort of shift down, and there's more sparks coming out of it. And as the sparks come out of it, it sets your mustache on fire, and suddenly you have a flaming head and you are hanging off the side of the car with a screaming skeleton flaming head. And people start to notice. You can hear children giggling and laughing because children love that crap.
Oh, yes.
Adults, though, they're screaming in terror. You can hear the sounds
They
of
don't know what's
brakes
cool.
screeching. You can hear the sounds of a pileup in the traffic circle. Luckily, you come around and you feel like everything is going in slow motion, the both of you. Cyberbones, you are inside the car when this is happening. You see that the pileup is ahead of you. And you see people like climbing out of their cars and like yelling up to the sky, skeletons. We're gonna assume nobody's getting hurt because it's a cartoon. It's just we don't want car
Of
accidents. That's
course.
just sad. Um, but it is causing a problem, and it's going to be really really hard to get your new car for the float out of this traffic circle with this pileup. You are coming at it pretty fast. What do you want to do from the inside of the car? As I ask the other person in this game that doesn't have a license. The other one is me. I don't have a license. I hate
Also, yeah.
driving.
Oh, I don't know. Um, my instinct is just to try to keep the peace to somehow. I don't know. I'm blanking.
No worries. And when we blank, we'll just go to chat.
Yes, yes,
Chat.
please give me some ideas.
I'm looking over
Yeah.
here like chat can see me. I have the chat screen right here. I'm like, hi there.
Hi there, chat.
Chat. What do you think would happen in a cartoon when one skeleton is in the car with their loved one, and another skeleton is hanging off the side on fire? Uh, and there's a pileup in the traffic circle. They have to try and get around or get over or go through. Let's
Yeah, I would love to
let's see what
know.
chat has to say. Because there's a lot of options. You could like jump over
Yes.
it, drive through it, make it
Zip
worse,
around it, always
zip
make it
around it.
worse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the vaulting. That's
yeah.
fun. Um,
I'm gonna do a sick ramp, do a sweet jump,
hit a
sweet jump.
sweet ramp.
Hit
Michael
a
does
sweet
say,
ramp.
hit
Yeah,
a sweet ramp.
Okay,
yeah.
I like that. I like that. And
Ramp.
I'm trying to think if we can. Oh, but I do know Bone Cold Steve Austin is holding on to the cape already
I'll
because
be
I'm trying to
fine.
think. Well, because I'm trying to think of a way where we can like use the parachute again.
I could pull it
Okay.
out. I
Oh
Ooh,
could
yeah.
like
real. Like you
I
And
could
like
like be
zip
like the other
around.
side of the parachute, like a weight that like helps it.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That
Yeah.
sounds like absolutely how the laws of physics work, and I love it. So I feel like, gosh, I feel like this might be Cyberbones. This might be magical.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like this is not something that is normally under your regular level of physicality. Even though you are super physical and very flexible, I think that this would be a little outside of that.
Yes,
um,
I
so you
agree.
have I'm gonna give since we've already done a debuff for I feel bad for giving a debuff on your magical because your
No, I
magical
don't.
is already 7 to
That'll
9. So
be
I'm gonna
fun.
give you a boost.
Okay.
We have lots of
We have tons
boosts.
of boosts. Chat's very, very awesome.
Okay.
So we're gonna give you a boost of 6 up to 6 to 10 now. So your
All
success
right.
range is 6 to 10.
Let's see.
Justin wants to know, do all cars come standard with an ejector seat button? The answer is yes. It's a safety feature.
Obviously. Yes, it is a safety feature. This is very important. And it's most important that there is a spring that you can see
Yeah,
afterwards. It goes "Pong"
the most
after
important
you
part.
eject.
Ooh,
Very
that
important.
okay. The spring gave me an idea. Okay, so I rolled an 11.
Oh, so that
Mm,
is super outside your
Mm.
range. That
super outside
is
my range.
wonderful. So, um, you let me think about what we're gonna have happen here with this. You're being too superhuman.
Can
Oh,
I make a suggestion? I don't know if it's
Yeah,
for
let's
this
hear
or
it.
maybe for a future thing, but I'm thinking back to Roger Rabbit, and I'm picturing
yes.
when the wheels elongate,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
just go over everything, and I feel because that's magical.
Yeah, that's we can say that that's what's going, and then that goes off a sweet ramp because we're gonna have to have a sweet jump because Michael said there is one.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
So
no,
it's
yeah,
Multiple
set
well,
now.
people said a
also a
But
sweet
two
ramp
things
to
to
be
be
jump,
right.
right.
sure, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of how we're getting over all just like the mess of everything.
totally. Yeah, yeah. I think that's brilliant, and I think actually what happens is, yeah, you do this, and this is magical. And I think the way I'm going to make things being superhuman causing attention is that you accidentally hit the ejector button,
Ooh, okay,
but
yeah.
for Kyle's seat.
Oh
And
no.
the
No,
lid
Kyle!
retracts, and Kyle goes flying, but he is going flying at the same speed and trajectory that we are going as we drive very fast.
My
But
God.
Okay.
he's flying through the air. Ah! Cyberbones! You are free of the car door because the car doors have been scraped off from the other cars on the either side, and now it's just like the base of the car. Um, and you have the car elongates up, and its tires are rainbow too. This is a really rainbow car. Kyle is really leaning hard into rainbow. It's his favorite color.
Love it.
And it is going over the all of the debris, and then it hits this sick ramp and goes sliding and flying up into the air. Bone Cold Steve Austin, you're still holding on to the cape in the back.
Just
You're more like yeah, now it's more like parasailing or paragliding. Uh,
absolutely.
we've got Cyberbones. You are sitting in the passenger seat. How are you going to rescue Kyle?
All right. So yes, the cape is in use, which is good because we've got Bone Cold Steve Austin holding on for dear life.
It's on the edge of it at this point. It is like a big old parachute.
Ooh, okay. So I'm picturing again, similar to earlier, where I think that I can, because I feel like I can sort of manipulate my bones at will, and so I'm gonna um, like figure out which bones I don't need at the moment, and I'm just gonna make a really long arm to catch Kyle. While and I'm like, don't worry, I have books on how to drive. I think I'll be fine. So I'm also like I'm doing my best, but I've got one hand on the wheel, one short, very short hand on the wheel because
Yeah,
I've taken out those bones to make the really long arm. So I've got one short arm on the wheel and one long arm to catch Kyle miraculously in the air. And then I sort of guide him toward the taut cape to kind of
To
bounce
scoop
him.
him.
Cape you like
yeah.
trebuchet, but capuchet back into the car.
Yeah, this is
Capuchet!
brilliant. This is definitely going to work. I am going to say that this is physical. Um, you know what? I'm because of the power of the boost. If we give you the boost, it's going to bring you to like a 5 to 12. So I
Okay.
think you can just with the power of Flirt Fund, because we have so much Flirt Fund, we can say that you do this. I want you to, if you wouldn't mind, describe what Kyle's reaction is when you catch him in the cape and he slides down into your long arm,
Your very long arm.
your very
Ah!
long arm.
Oh, I
Your short
think
arm is driving.
in the short arm is driving. It's like comically. So,
It's just one it's just a hand.
it's just a
Pretty much.
hand out of my shoulder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you've used all the arm bones. Like it's
Um, I like I don't even think he's questioning it. I think that he is just like really I think what's going through his mind is like he always knew Cyberbones was strong and capable, but he is just like something has changed with her. She is just superhuman, super uh
Yeah.
yeah, something I yeah.
Something has changed within you. Something is
Some
not the same. And now you are
exactly.
defying gravity. So
so glad.
You know it. You know it.
I know it.
How much of
Uh,
that can you guys sit can Kyle and Cyberbone sing before we get sort of like knocked for like a, you know,
yeah,
copyright infringement?
probably pulled in. You get pulled into when you land safely, gently in the beat. These two lovebirds sitting in the front. We've got Cyberbones driving now somehow, and Kyle is in the passenger seat. You're sitting in the back, and everyone is fairly safe. I think the car returns back to its normal height and is out on the freeway going really, really fast. Um, you've made it to a car, but you're still not off the freeway.
Yes.
Tess, you mentioned that Adrian Bonesman had a book on driving.
Yes.
Adrian Bozeman doesn't read. Can Cyberbones read? I mean, the same person, but are they?
But listen, we don't know how deep the fiction goes.
Yeah.
That's also true.
Is it like
Um,
pictures?
um,
These airplane things.
I think okay, so I think that I mean in both previous lives, I mean they like Adrian was a teacher and could be then. And I feel so I think the answer is no. They have sort of forgotten that skill. I think that there's just something intuitive that's kicking in. So I even though they don't like I
So like muscle
Cyberbones
memory, but without the muscle.
Ex yes, exactly. Bone memory is kicking
Bone
in,
memory.
Oh,
and
memory!
and it's just like and Kyle is yeah like I did like I don't know. I mean, well, no, maybe he knew I could drive before, but yeah, I'm just like I don't know what I'm doing, but it's this seems easy. This is a piece of cake.
Is there anything
Yeah,
you can't do, Cyberbones? You're such a good driver, and you're
I'm always up for a
and I
challenge.
think he puts his hand on your hand at the end of your very long arm.
Have I sort of rearranged my bones
Have
again?
you?
Like, really
Have
sculpted?
you?
I think so. I think we're back
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
yeah,
I want
yeah.
you to know I let go of the cape, but I put it over Kyle's shoulder as and I mouthed wink. Like, cause I can't wink because I got eye sockets, and I was like to you, I'm like,
Yeah. I
Like
love it. Okay.
like if you had eyebrows, they'd be rising up and down.
yeah, it's like I feel like he's got a cartoon skeleton face where it moves enough you
Yeah,
can see
totally.
it.
100%.
Yeah, like Jack
100%.
Skellington.
Like Jack Skellington just
Yeah,
you know.
I
totally get
love
that.
this. I
Yeah.
love this. And I just sort of mouth like, "Thank you." Yeah.
Oh, Justin wants to know, does Cyberbones put her really long arm around Kyle like they're at a movie? I feel like that was before you rearranged it. Maybe you were rearranging your long arm while you do that while you were like putting the bones on your other side of your arm.
Yes.
You know what? Okay, no, but I think okay, so I think in this kind of like smooth dance because in my head I'm picturing that it was the left arm that was stretched out, the right one
Yeah.
is with the gear
Mhm.
stick. But now that Kyle is in the passenger seat, I kind of just like really quickly I do that, but sort of like shift it very fluidly. So it's like now the right arm is slightly longer, but only for that.
Or the pre-staging of the parade. Oh, I think we are offline for something.
We got off. I don't know what happened. What was the last
Yeah.
thing everyone heard?
What was the last everyone heard?
Mhm.
The last one's gonna hear now. No,
All right.
that sounds like a